That touch of ground move.
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. One final time this season. Hi there, everybody. Joined by Brock Hewitt in the booth. I'm Kate Scott, and we have made it. The greatest game of them all, everybody. Welcome to the Super Bowl. And it really is the perfect crowning event for each and every NFL season, isn't it, partner? All the fanfare, the celebration in the week leading up to this game, and then in the moment, we see the two best teams in the NFL squaring off for this title.
Such a few fortunate players and coaches who are making a repeat appearance in this game on this stage, Kate. So many. This is the culmination of a dream that began a decade, even a couple decades ago, as a young player discovering their love for football. And for those first-timers, that's fine. Go ahead and take in this atmosphere. Just make sure you're focused when that ball is teed up and ready to go. Those dreams you had as a kid, well, they didn't end up with you losing this game. Oh, no. They ended up with you raising the Lombardi Trophy and calling yourself a champion. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They give to Johnson on the option. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Back to throw. Chased out to his right. He's running for it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Steelers first down. Looking to the air here. Gets this to Johnson. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They give to Irving, left side. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, here's Baker. This complete to Colt. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Gonna keep this one and go. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. Baker Mayfield the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. First and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those drops.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll try and throw it here. He's on the move, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here he is on third and long. Buys time, rolling right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running left, this is Irving. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Baker now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Forced out to his right. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And they'll down this kick at the 11-yard line, so long field ahead on this next possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Motioning him from the slot right. Here's 2nd and 7. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he stopped cold at the spots. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To throw it on first down. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They're advancing it well as they face second down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Steelers first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And he rocks the tackler. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every help.
Coming off the edge, and it's blocked. Live ball picked up inside the 25.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Connects with Johnson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Irving on the inside give. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He finds Johnson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. On the give, this is Irving. Jukes out a one-stop. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. The Buccaneers looking for a score before halftime. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Got Evans, it's complete. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive. And for the quarterback.
Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Darius Slay has it. The 30. He's at the 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Return lanes don't open for him. He stops shy of the 15. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. Baker throwing again. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
1st and 10, they're going to throw. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Here's 2nd and 2. Lays out. What a catch. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Looking for a throw here. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw away.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Yeah, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
I know we get so enamored with a one-handed catch, an amazing throw, but I am telling you, that kick from that distance is just as impressive. The leg strength, the power, he drives it low, and he finds a way to get an enormous 3 points.
And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Enough waiting, let's crown a champion, shall we? The second half of the Super Bowl is underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the give to Irving. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Baker now from the gun. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Irving here from the gun. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd and 8. He had it for a moment, but a great defense. Complete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. To throw is Mayfield. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. This complete to Colt. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the gun, Mayfield. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, Johnson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes could turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Gets this to Johnson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
To play running back in this league, boy, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Pickens, the motion man right. To throw it on first down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing it again here. This throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. A very short kick here from the right hash. Dicker connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers are going to get the football inside the enemy 40.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
It's Johnson on second down. And he'll take it ahead down to the 33. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. It's the Steelers in front, and they're closing in on a record-setting 7th title. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. He's dropping back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out. Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll run this with Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's the gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 37. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Carry here for Irving. Escapes a defender. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard gain.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Mayfield to throw for it. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Now an inside give to Johnson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Pickens, the motion man right. 3rd and long for him here. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll give him a 16-point advantage.
Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Baker now. Finds him over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Offense up to the line fast. First down, here's Baker. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So second down coming up. Throwing again is Baker. He's trying another one deep. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Complete beyond the marker. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Baker now off the play fake. Irving hauls it in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. From the red zone now. Escapes out to the left. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Baker throwing again. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! All right, so the offense does its job, Ron. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Big moment coming up here for the Buccaneers. They're going for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They want to run it across, and he's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He finds Johnson. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Buccaneers' 46-yard line.
On the ground again with Johnson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Johnson again. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Johnson up the middle. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Here comes Chris Boswell and the Steelers field goal unit. Don't forget the defense got in there and blocked one earlier. Dicker connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. This one finds Irving. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Mayfield on 1st and 10. This one's taken in by Otten. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And that timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect.
He's got it deep downfield. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Buccaneers get it back to within 6. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team. Well, that's going to do it, Brock. They recover the kick and now can just run out that clock unimpeded.
Yeah, no timeouts on the opposing sideline. Give some credit to the hands team right there. Got the job done. And now as an offense, the greatest formation in the history of football. You know what that is, Kate?
Line it up, boys.
The victory formation. There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Their whole season has led to this moment. He takes a knee, let the celebration begin. And it's another Lombardi for the Steel City. The Pittsburgh Steelers are your Super Bowl champions.